This is day 2 in Washington State, north of Seattle, by Granite Falls, Washington. We're going to open up the channel, let water go through there slowly at first, and that's what the state wanted. And then we're going to put in the rest of the AquaDams. This is a channel that was dug. They lined one side of it, put an 18-inch AquaDam down at the toe, so when water runs over it, it will stay in place. Water runs over the plastic. Well, the AquaDam will keep the bottom or the toe of the plastic in position and keep it from washing out. That's where we got the water's got to drain back into the river. This is at the end of the channel. It runs back into the river. They've got a fish net up so fish cannot come back through and up into the channel. This job is very fish oriented. Where the channel empties into the river, they're releasing just a little bit of water at the other end to kind of not have a gush of water, and thus it'll keep the river downstream cleaner for fish. So the water's coming down. They're enlarging the hole here for it to meet up with the river, hopefully, so it deposits sediment up there and not down here like where my foot is. From the one end of the 700-foot long canal to the other end is drops at least 6 feet. So that's quite a drop. And it from where the river is at the other end to where the river is when at the bottom of the canal where the water re-enters the river. All of this gravel is going to eat out to something over the next 3 months. It's always more than people think, and especially when you just have sand. It's just sand, any type of flow, and this is only less than 10% of the flow that's going to come through here. And the idea is to keep it as beautiful as the river is before the work started. Connection, 4-foot dam to the side of an 8-foot dam. This way we're going to block the flow here so we can make a connection to the 8-foot dam with another 8-foot dam. This one's 124 feet long. We've got approximately 30 feet out. Okay, let's go back. There's 60 feet right there. Back some more.
Another one tying on?
Yep. Back some more. Okay, right there. Let's hold her. We have approximately 35 feet left on the roll and to go before it's completely deployed. We've already shoved at least a third of the water down the channel. try and get to last. We've got about 5 feet left on the roll. Now don't hurt your legs here. It's going to come. The last part will hurt on your knees. So let her out. You only got 3 feet to go. Slowly. There you go. Hold on to it right there for a second. Let's let him tie this rope. Okay, let it out. There, all of it's out. Okay, you guys can let go. Yeah, let go. And the rest on the beam, of course, is the rolled up collar. We'll just leave that right there now. So this was a successful installation. We got the water diverted off our connection here on the 8-foot high AquaDam. Pretty much the whole river has been diverted, or at least 90% of it. The little 18-inch dams look like they're holding up well. As predicted, the velocity is on the outside radius of the corner. So it's right down along the AquaDam. If the 18-inch high AquaDam wasn't here, that plastic would be gone. Or they would have had to put a lot of fill on top of it. So far, this is high enough. Just has to stay higher than the water we're diverting down the channel. Looks great. Boy, the water's really moving. Excellent kayak course. Here's the upstream. Sure, just unroll it off there.
Yeah, just roll it then. Okay?
There you go, keep on unrolling it. Okay, now let's come back down here on this side. We got to get the ends. A couple people grab it here. We got to move the whole thing this way, at least 15 feet.
Oh, got to drag the whole thing out here now?
Yep. The first 15 feet goes into the connection collar. There you go. Keep on going. You got to go some more. A little bit more. Okay, right there. Here's the connection collar. Here's where we're filling this AquaDam. Comes down through the connection collar. And here's the rest of the roll of AquaDams. Dam. An 8-footer by 114 feet. We're tying the AquaDam back. This one we're putting in is being tied back to this 4-foot high AquaDam. That's just to give it a little extra insurance while we install it. That it doesn't drift downstream, or it'll end up in our work area. We've got approximately 4 or 5 feet left to unroll. Before we do that, we're going to build some head inside the AquaDam. We're over just a little too far, so we had to cut this 4-footer on the end, go over the top of it.
it'll just squeeze the water out here in a minute to the other end. And oh well, this is here looking good. The 8-footer's installed. It's pumping up now. It took about an hour and a half to get to this point on it of pumping. It's got another half hour to fill up all the way. We have 4 3-inch pumps running. You can see how the gravel bar is drying out now. You can see the rocks are not shiny anymore. The sun's been on them, so that's drying out.
So the 8-footer is filling up nicely. It went over the end of the 4-foot dam, and of course it just displaced the water. We had to not go around it. We had to cut the corner there. We gained about 7 feet this way. Of course, on this side is the work area, and now we're 7 feet further away from where that work area is. This is day 3. Been going pretty slow. This should be the final day. We've got 2 more sections to put in. We've got 200 plus feet of 8-foot dam in, and we're going to finish this off today. They're moving the pumps forward so we can put the next section in. We've already taken well over 50% of the flow of the river. The state has decided to excavate more of the sand at the other end of the channel. We're waiting to put in the last 2 sections of AquaDam. The small 18 inches that were lining the bank, the flow was too high and overtopped them. And they had to be removed. They're down there now removing more fill to widen the mouth of the channel. But we're ready to go as soon as they go. We've taken 90% of the flow is going down the channel. Here we are, we've got the connection made on the 3rd 8-foot high AquaDam. We're about to start pouring the water to it, and we ought to have it pumped up with 4 3-inch pumps in less than an hour. Here we go. We've got about 10 feet to go. We had to turn this one right at the end. We had to put a bend in it, stay out of the work area. Now we're aiming towards shore. The 18-inch high AquaDams protecting the bank so it doesn't erode out. You can see the currents going right into this and around. And Yeah, it's working good. Too bad it wasn't a bigger one, like a 3-foot high dam. Then it might have been big enough. The last 18 incher is already washed out. It washed out yesterday. It slid this way, and now this isn't being supported by any ground underneath of it. It's air. We had to tie it back to this side. It's because it wasn't big enough to berm, and it wasn't wide enough. They put a lot of man hours in this late last night and early this morning, and refiguring the diversion channel where it re-enters the stream. And they put a lot more work in it. Dug it out a lot bigger. That's what it called for. Well, this is where it enters the river again. They made use of this log to block the flow. It does a pretty darn good job too, but it's eroded out underneath of it already. That log came from the main river out here. Okay, we're ready to put in the next 8-footer by 50 feet long. We've got the hoses in, we've got the fill tubes duct taped up so the hoses don't come out, and we can insert it through the collar. We're going to stop it from unrolling. That's why we got the rope here. They want a little bit of water for fish habitat. They don't want to unroll it until tomorrow, so they have a chance of getting all the fish out. Well, we've got the last one. We've left about 5 feet for water to go through up here so that the fish people can salvage whatever fish are in here and get them on downstream or save them. So, fish people, there's probably 20 of them here that are doing nothing but working on rescuing fish. So we're done. It's time to go, and we're loading up. Well, they decided to go all the way across with the last 8-footer. You can see the water is completely stopped. They have a little channel going around the side here that they want to keep going for fish something. And that's how you divert a river. They're scooping up the little fishies to scare them downriver. And then this person will pick them up with a net. They'll put them in this bucket that's got oxygen thing running to oxygenate the water, so they can save every little fish. They've got a long ways to go.
There we go.
It's 1,000 feet that they have to do.
Get that right down on the...
Here we are at the end of the 8-foot AquaDam. We hit the gravel bar. That's what we was aiming for. And we're out of their work area. The end of the work area are these 2 pink flags. So they've got several feet to go. And it's de-watered really, really nice.